Hey folks, Killboy here, 12 minutes. This week, you notice a little wider angle. This is the GoPro I'm testing out this week. I think it's going to work a little better. Not as much detail, but you definitely get a wider field of view of the turn I'm shooting in. It's about 4:30 Saturday. It's dying down a little bit. It was a little bit busier, but not really as busy as we were told it was going to be. So it's been nice for the people out riding and everything. It wasn't too crowded. Combat Veterans Association is in the area, Motorcycle Association. So it was predicted to be like 10 to 20,000 or something. Rumors anyway, and I think they're mostly in other areas, in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg or something too. So not too bad, not too busy. Weather's been really nice. Thanks for the comments and everything. As always, read all those and take your input into consideration. Yeah, police thing, again, I'm on North Carolina turn here, so the Tennessee state line is just right up the road, and Tennessee police don't come over here too much, and not much action on North Carolina side for the North Carolina police to be hanging around on this little 1 mile section. So I really haven't seen much. I think a couple of sheriffs came down earlier today and went back up to get food or use the bathroom probably. I want to talk a little bit this week about the missing persons scenarios and checking out of your group. We had an incident a couple of days ago that reminded me that this is a regular problem. Happens every couple of weeks that I'm aware of, and there's probably way more frequently than I know of. Somebody comes up missing from a group. And first of all, consider that there's a kind of a higher possibility around here that you can end up off the road without anybody seeing you. So, try to prepare yourself. I know it seems maybe silly until something really bad happens to you or somebody you care about, but those little safety whistles, man, they're like 50 cents. You can put one on your keychain or whatever. And it was just a couple of weeks ago, somebody went off, the guy went off, and he was down there for an hour while they searched for him before somebody heard him yelling. He tried to crawl back up, but he was just so injured. Ended up being the first fatality of the year. He died on the way to the ambulance. So there's been a few instances where somebody heard somebody yelling, and that was what kind of saved them. But if this person last week had help an hour sooner, what difference would it have made in his life and his friends and family's lives? Just over a 50-cent whistle. So I mean, I'm bad. I'm not saying, you know, holier than thou, everybody should do what I do. I don't really have one either, but don't think it hasn't occurred to me, and it's something I'm gonna seriously look into, seeing this stuff, you know, happening around me in person. It's kind of drives the point home. I'm just trying to share that point with you guys. So, you know, something to alert other people. If you can get one of those spot trackers, I have one of the spot trackers. If you're not familiar with these, they're GPS based little devices that don't rely on cellular signal. They have a direct connection to satellites. So you can call for help, push a button, call for help, push a button, let somebody know you're okay. It tells them your exact location. So if you do need help, they know exactly where to come to. The device costs about $100. The service is $100 a year. I've been using it for quite a while. I call for help if somebody else needs it. I haven't had to use it for myself, but I've been able to use it to help other people so far. Person was turning around up there, and it was kind of sketchy, sloped section. He did okay. Have some contact info on you. You know, those in case of emergency cards. You kind of fill them out. Again, one of those things that may seem like overkill until you need it or somebody you know needs it. So I mean, every single person that's crashed up here, you know, didn't think it was going to happen to them. I guarantee you. If somebody comes up missing, don't forget the photographers can help. This person turned up missing a couple of days ago. He was okay, but we were able to go back and look through the pictures and find him and see which direction he was going, what time he went by, that point at least. So if we do start searching, we know we don't have to search past that point. So, you know, remember that there's photographers out here kind of documenting everything that goes on, and you can use that to your advantage if you need to find somebody. Which brings us to the next point, which is, please don't leave your group without letting them know. We get these false alarms a lot, and I don't want to become or see other locals and regulars up here become disenfranchised with helping out. You know, we look out for each other and everything. It's a big deal, and when somebody comes up missing, you know, people take it pretty seriously. But if you keep going on these wild goose hunts and it ends up the person's okay, they just didn't tell anybody and rode on out to town to get something to eat or something like that, you know, it's kind of frustrating. You spend, you know, hours, several of the locals spent hours of their time, you know, searching for people, and we do this pretty frequently. It's gotten to the point where we just assume that the person's probably left. You know, what kind of person were they? Are they the kind of people who would do that? You know, it comes into play, and I think it's one of the reasons that the law enforcement asks that you wait 24 hours before they'll actually commit to a real search, you know, just to make sure the person doesn't turn up and then check out. So, you know, let your group know if you're gonna leave. If you get frustrated or whatever, just let somebody know, because it can have very real impacts on the community around here. And we've had the police. They'll kick in and start helping, even though they're really not obligated to within 24 hours. We've had them out here searching for people who were missing, and then turned out they were okay. They just didn't let anybody know they were leaving. So yeah, you know, stay in communication with your group. If you're gonna do something unexpected, please let somebody know, because it can affect a lot of people around here. About out of time, about another minute here. I was gonna give some tips real quick for shooting video. I see a lot of people running the video cameras. That's cool, you know, a lot of little GoPro cameras and things, which is what I'm shooting this video with today. In fact, GoPro just came out with this, I don't know if you can see it here, this remote start-stop Wi-Fi thing, and it'll also, the backpack will also broadcast the video to a smartphone via an app and all this. It's pretty slick, so you can start and stop it with the remote. You don't have to wear it on your wrist like this, of course, but you know, some things to keep in mind when mounting those cameras. Here's one right here on that guy's helmet. It was pointed too low. Those of you that follow the weekly updates, you know I kind of mention this often, kind of pick on people about it, I guess, but I try not to be too mean or anything. But a lot of people aim them too low when they mount them on the helmets. They set the helmet on a table or something. It looks like it's pointed right, but inherently when you put the helmet on, it's tilted downwards more than you think. So you have to aim the camera upwards more than you think you do, unless you just want to get your, you know, handlebars in the video or whatever. But most of the time when you're going through, the turns are like upwards. You know, you got to kind of look up to look through the turns and everything. So you can keep pointed upwards a little bit if it's on your helmet. Higher mounting positions like that kind of make things look slower though. So if you can get the camera mounted down lower, side of the bike or down on the fork, just make sure it's not going to hit the road when you lean over. Everything looks a little faster and more dramatic the lower you get the camera. It doesn't look so floaty. And then wide angle makes things look faster also. So you can keep those things in mind. I'll probably do a little video review of this GoPro stuff, remote start-stop thing in another video. So yeah, I'm going over my time limit. So that's about it. You know, be safe out there, keep it in your lane, and look out for each other. You know, let's play nice with each other. We're all on the same team out here, enthusiasts of curvy roads and all that. So be cool and check us out at killboy.com for your dragon photos, and we'll see you next week.